Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. You got a question for RLN? Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Oh, now we getting real. Yeah, it's time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Real good.
Time to get real. Time to get real. And happy Easter, everyone. This is Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and you're listening to Reality Spirituality on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday afternoon. I don't know where you are, but where I am, the sun is shining, and honestly, it doesn't matter if the sun is shining. It doesn't matter if it's raining. What kind of weather are you having? What personal weather are you having? Oh yeah, let's get right into it. You're listening to Reality Spirituality, and I am your host. I want to welcome you, especially my new listeners. What the hell is Reality Spirituality? Well, Reality Spirituality is about the weather. It's about your personal weather. What type of weather are you having inside? What internal weather are you? Tornado? Rainstorm? Cloudy? Sunny and bright? Clear? Foggy? Smoggy? This show is about you. And when I say it's about you and me and our connection. And I am here to share with you what I've learned, what I've experienced, and to be honest and open with the journey that I have been in, and sharing with you and seeing if there is a connection. We are all so different. We are as different as our fingerprints, and that is the key to living happy, to living happily ever after, to living with this internal peace, to living with this internal, hey, it's always sunny. Reality spirituality, for me, I have to be honest, I had to find something. I had to find a different way. I had to find another road. I had to search for something else other than what I already had, other than what I already learned. And when I say learned, I'm talking about growing up as a young girl, going to church, going to Bible school, going through this whole litany of experiences to shape my spirituality in 56 years. Now, I have to say, this show is not about a religion. It's not about Christianity. It's not about being Catholic. It's not about being Muslim. It's not about that. It is about an individual relationship that you have, my dear listener, with the most powerful energy source imaginable. You can call it God, you can call it Buddha, you can call it the universe, you can call it energy source, whatever you call it. We all have an individual relationship with this source, whether you know it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to admit it or not. That's okay. Because honestly, there was a couple of years where I thought I was an atheist. There is no God. But I was searching for this feeling, a feeling of contentment, a feeling that everything is okay. To have a mindset of peace. Can you imagine? I don't care what you're going through, what experiences, what circumstances. It doesn't matter if you're, let me say this, it doesn't matter if I'm in a hospital bed. I know that everything is in order and everything is exactly the way it should be. And how do I know that? How do I know that with such a commitment? And how do I know that with such a conviction? All I have, audience, is evidence. I've lived 56 years. That means 56 Easters. And when the evidence is staring me in the face, year after year after year, experience after experience, relationship after relationship, there is no avoiding it or getting around it or denying it. We are all energy beings. And being energy and being created and being an energy force field, then that means we all have a certain vibration. Reality spirituality is about bringing your vibration, taking your vibration to another level, to a higher level. You can imagine the days when you felt your worst. Maybe it's because someone died. Maybe it's because someone was hurt. Maybe it's because I don't know what it is. But I can tell you right now that vibration of loss, of having someone that you care about, is a vibration that, let me say this, it is a vibration a heavier vibration than if you're skipping through the park on a Sunday morning collecting daffodils. So it's not about making a judgment about your vibration. It's just stating what is. And this show is all about me sharing with you what I've learned to lift, to elevate, to take my vibration to a higher plane every single day. The reason why it's so important to me and the reason why I am committed, and I use that word committed with, if you can visualize me, both of my hands closed, I am committed to experiencing the highest level internally that I can. And I'm also committed to staying there. I'm committed to this happiness, this inner peace, this higher vibration. I am committed like nothing I have ever been committed to in my life. This Easter Sunday brings back a lot of wonderful memories. When I was growing up, Easter was huge. It was such a wonderful holiday because the significance of the biblical stories where there's so many lessons in the story when Jesus was leading up to his crucifixion and eventually the rising from the dead. And I speak about this not because of a religion. I speak about it because of he was a man and what he had to endure, at least in the story, what he endured. If you think about it, what? You have on top of the world, everyone loved him. Everyone loved kissing the feet, giving the gifts. Oh, Jesus is such a wonderful, wonderful guy. And then, zip, 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 zip. Now he's the worst. He needs to be crucified, beaten, crucified, killed, hung. I mean, if you can imagine, and the people that he hung out with, one of them betrayed him. One of them. Now I'm just kind of capsulizing this story, and one of his friends, the disciples, stabbed him in the back. Before he knew that he was going to be crucified. He knew this was and when he went to the Garden of Gethsemane, what he did was, hey God, excuse me, but I'd like another plan. I'd like you to come up with another plan. I'm not into this crucifying thing. I mean, can you come up with something else? I mean, I realize I know I have to surrender to your will, but do you think you could come up with something a little bit more, less invasive? I mean, we experience the same things in this modern world. Betrayal, so we say. People stabbing us in the back. Things not going the way we want them to go. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want this. Excuse me, higher power. Excuse me, God. Excuse me, universe. Do you mind if you change the plans a little bit? I really would appreciate it. I don't really feel like being crucified today, if you don't mind. And that nail being driven through my palms, I mean, come on. What's that about? What the hell is that about? What I'm saying is, we go through the same things. You've been betrayed. You've been taken advantage of. You've been set up by other people. So have I. But this is the key. So Jesus basically didn't like the fact that he had to be, sacrificed. He went in front of, and I'm just doing this loosely. He went in front of the Romans and no, save yourself. Denounce that you are the king of God and save yourself. Nope, he wouldn't do that. But because basically, Jesus surrendered to what was and what was going to happen. He was tortured. He was made to carry his own cross. He was hung up on a cross, nails driven through his feet, through his palms, and to top it off, a friggin' spear in the ribs. And after all of this, begging not to die in the garden, accepting his fate, not struggling, when there were mourners around him while he was dying, he basically said, Don't cry for me. I'm cool. I'm okay. You need to cry for your people, your children. That's what you need to cry for. And this is the killer. Can you believe somebody is spitting in your face? I mean, I'm just giving that as an example, but you're being crucified, and something like this can come out of your mouth. Forgive them. Forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. I have to say that this universe, my universe, gives me two options. The option to flow with what is, and the option of resisting what is. Now, there was a few moments where Jesus resisted, tried to resist. But his fate had already been sealed. And in my life, I have to admit that I have been resisting a lot more than I've been surrendering to. And when I say resisting, I mean struggling with the moment, struggling with circumstances, struggling with, I don't have what I want. Where's my television show on OWN? Where's my radio? Where is it? And what I've learned, audience, is to really embrace and sink my teeth into and let go of all the labeling. This is bad. This is good. This is horrible. This is terrible. No labeling. It just is. And then judging. What I discovered was any time I labeled and any time I judged, especially someone else, I was actually poisoning myself. Meaning, when I made judgments or when I labeled people, my vibration shifts. There's a difference between pointing your finger at someone and having an issue with them. There's a difference. Your vibration actually shifts. Your vibration actually gets bogged down. And this is my opinion, it actually doesn't allow me to flow with life and to flow with what is. I was watching a video online. It was Eckhart Tolle, and he was interviewing a woman that had lost all of her money. She had millions of dollars that she lost in the Ponzi scheme. Was it Bernie Madoff? I don't even remember his name. I think that Bernie Madoff. He ran one of the I think the largest Ponzi schemes in U.S. history, and stole thousands of people's retirement money, nest eggs. And she, this woman, lost every single nickel. And she was being interviewed by Eckhart Tolle, and she was saying that she called friends, and they were telling her. In fact, I wrote it down. They told her. They said, a couple of her spiritual friends. They said, "You've lost all your money, but you've lost nothing of value. Nothing of value is gone. You lost your money. You lost millions of dollars, but nothing of value is gone." And you know what she said to them? She says, excuse me, but I don't feel like hearing your bullshit spirituality right now. And at that moment, she was right. She's not interested in listening nothing of value. She was saying that the noises and the voices and the ranting and raving in her head was so intense that she thought she was going to go mad, because all she could think about was the money that she lost. And finally, after the universe dragged her by her hair back and forth and kicking and screaming. And when I say that, that's what the universe does to us. That's what the universe does to me. None of this shit is easy. And that's why when I say none of this shit is easy, I mean this path to connecting with your higher source. It is not an easy path. It is not easy to love someone who has disinherited you, to say everything is all right when you've just lost millions. No, this is not easy. That's why there's so few people on it. Oh, the majority of people are complainers, are negative, and that's okay for them. But there is another way. We have a choice to live another way. We have a choice to actually create heaven on earth. But back to this woman. She was saying that all of these voices in her head and judging herself and shouldn't she have known it, and why didn't she know, and how could she be so stupid? The bottom line is this. She discovered something else in the middle of all of that turmoil, in the middle of all of that fog, in the middle of all of that crises. And that is asking herself, realizing, ask a simple question. Is this important? Is money important to the universe? It's either a yes or no. Five houses, boats, airplanes. Is that important to the universe? It's not. Those things are important to man and woman. They're man-made. Man-made. It's a man-made mindset. What is of value? And I want to ask you, my dear audience, what is of value to you? What do you value more than anything in your life? And whenever you list that, you list 5 things. Just list 5 things. And whatever you value, after you list your 5 things, I want you to ask this question. Does the universe value the same things? Does the universe value a bank account? Does the universe value a football team in Los Angeles? I'm just saying, countless things. Do you know there are going to be people upset if we don't have a football team here in Los Angeles? The way, the path to peace, in my opinion, is valuing the same things that the universe values. The path to peace and happiness and contentment and this flowing, this beautiful weather that you have, your internal weather gauge, happens when you value what the universe values. And what does the universe value? Well, there's some clues. Look at the animals. They're living in the moment. I got some news for you. That's all we have is this moment. Oh yeah, we have yesterday if we bring it up, and we have tomorrow if we think about it. If we think about it yesterday and tomorrow, but guess what? Do the animals think about what happened yesterday? Do they think about what's going to happen tomorrow? So one of the first things that the universe values is living in the moment. Oh, there's tons of things. Another big item that the universe values is peace, love, contentment. This earth and the creation and the evolution from the animals. First of all, you have the earth changing from ice, cold, hot, fires, volcanoes, with no struggle. And it was going to the earth was going to form into what it was without any stress. I want to leave you with this message today. Whatever you value is a key to your happiness. When you align what you value with the universe, when your values are the same as the universe's, you are going to create a peaceful, wonderful, loving, happy, contented life. I can't believe that this is all the time that we've had. I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for your emails. You've been listening to Rebecca Lynn Norrington's Reality Spirituality, and we're going to have another show tomorrow night. Have a wonderful Easter, everyone.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one, man. You got a question for RLN? baby. Now we getting real. Yeah, time to get down. Yeah, you gonna feel good now.